People love to ask me if their guides ever get impatient with them or if they ever get on their guides' nerves. So that's what we're talking about today. Stick around and let's get into it. Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're already part of the family and you're coming back for more, welcome back. You know I love you. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality. I help you navigate your spiritual awakening in a way that is easy to incorporate into your everyday life. It's easy to understand. So if this is something that interests you, please hit the subscribe button below. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. My eyes are so red right now because I just filmed another video, a members only video where I was telling an emotional story and I was crying, and my eyes, even with Visine, my eyes are still red and puffy. So hopefully they'll clear up, but if not, just love me anyways. The other day I was on a coaching call with Erica, and if you're watching, Erica, shout out to you. Hey girl. And this topic came up. We talked a little bit about this. And so I was thinking about it, and this is something that's come up so often over the years that I can't believe I haven't talked about it already. It deserves its own video. So here we are. And if you're interested in spending some time with me, there will be a link below where you can go sign up for your own session with me. And if you do it before the end of the year, you get the sale price of $99. So let's talk about it. Do your guides ever just like sigh and roll their eyes when you have asked them something, the same thing, for like the 20th time this week? Do they ever see you making the same mistake that you've been making for years and years and years and get impatient with you because of the lack of progress that you're making? You already know what I'm going to say. You already know in your soul what the answer to that is. What's your intuition telling you? Of course the answer is no. Of course the answer is no. No, they do not ever get impatient or annoyed with you. Like ever. Ever. I mean, think about it. We never get impatient with babies when they're learning to walk, right? We don't judge their progress because they're just crawling and not walking. We're not like, why aren't you riding a bike yet? Why are you only crawling? Have you learned nothing in the last couple of months? Why are you crawling? I need you to get the keys to the car and go get me something from the store. No, we ooh and ah over the stage of life that they're in and the stage of progress that they're in, and we talk about how cool it is that they're now scooting all over the place. Look at them, they're crawling. Yay. And then some babies, they don't crawl for long at all. They they barely crawl, if any, and then they right into walking and running. And some babies just have no interest. They have no interest in learning to walk. They are satisfied to crawl for the rest of their life. It seems that way sometimes, right? So, I mean, they may wait until they're like 13, 14, 15 months, and they're still, I mean, they can like stand up and scoot around the furniture, but I'd rather get down and crawl. Do we get mad at them? Do we make fun of them? Do we get annoyed with them? We're just like, I don't know. They just aren't ready to do it yet. I try to work with them. I try to encourage them, and they're like, When he's ready to do it, he'll do it. We patiently love and support our children and our nieces and our nephews and our friends, right? We celebrate whatever progress they've made at the stage they are at, right? And it's the same with your spiritual team. And they may know that a certain lesson is something that you have been working on, not just in this lifetime, but it's so large that it spans multiple lifetimes. You may have had some lives where you made zero progress on that issue. And that's okay. You just come back and keep trying. So, I mean, have you ever watched a TV show where a certain story arc like continues over several seasons or more than one season? And like at the end of this one, it's like, dun, 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 to be continued. And you have to wait till the next season, right? So, I mean, it's the same thing with our lifetimes. This might be an issue or a trauma or a bad habit or a limiting belief. It may be something that your soul is going to take more than one lifetime to figure out. Does that make sense? So they already know this isn't getting solved in this lifetime. It's highly doubtful. But if they can assist you to shift the needle even a little bit, then that's considered a big success. And if the needle doesn't shift at all, that's okay too. The other thing I wanted to point out to you guys is that in order for your guides to ever feel irritated or annoyed or impatient or any of those kind of things, they would have to be ego-based. And they are not. They are love-based. They have an open heart and they have benevolent intentions for you. One of my guides, when I was writing this, one of my guides piped in and jokingly said, well, we still may laugh at you sometimes though. We won't get annoyed or like mad at you, but like we're going to like laugh at you sometimes if you're doing something silly, I talked about this one time in one of my other dream videos. I'll try to find it and link to it. But in this dream, I was climbing this staircase, this very steep staircase. And I knew that it was my choice how fast I wanted to go or how slow, or if I just wanted to be done. But like the staircase was getting so steep, kind of difficult, very difficult. And it was almost going backwards, like I could fall off. And I could hear my guides talking, like it was almost like the Muppet Show, up in the balcony, they have those two judges, those snarky judges that are always like, well, I could hear my guides talking like that. And as I'm climbing and like it's going backwards and I'm going to fall, and I could hear one of them laugh and go, what's she doing? I'd love to see how she thinks this is going to work. What's she doing? And, they weren't being judgy and they weren't being rude or going, what is she doing? Will she just get serious? No, they were kind of amused by it. Like, look at her. What does she think she's doing? How does she think this is honestly going to work? I mean, come on. So I think that's what they meant when they said, we'll still laugh at you sometimes, though. It's never maliciously or malevolently. It's just they're your friends. And they're just observing, taking it in and helping where they can. If you like learning about this topic, I have an entire playlist over on my channel for spirit guides and angels. So you should go check that out. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this topic. Do you ever think that you're probably getting on your guides' nerves? I know I do sometimes, because I ask the same thing over and over again. Or like, I'll be talking to them and I'll be like, is it in my best interest to do this thing? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but I mean, think about it. Are you sure? And they're like, yeah, no. And I'm like, okay, let's frame it a different way. Is it in my best interest to do this thing? And they're like, no. And I say, do I ever get on your nerves? Do I ever irritate you? And he's like, no, never. You will never irritate me. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, I'm positive you will never irritate me. My job is to love you. Love is love. Time only exists on earth. I have all the time of infinity to help you with what you need. So let me know in the comments if you have had this thought too, or this concern, or this fear, whatever you want to label it. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. I know that a lot of you return, but you aren't yet subscribed. So it helps me so much getting this information out. It helps boost me in the algorithms and gets these videos to people who might really benefit from them. So if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button, please. I would appreciate it. Keep your heart open and your vibes high, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time.